Welcome to day 3 of the Boat and RV 100 series. I'm Joe Downs with Storage Moguls. And today I am showing you the single biggest conceptual mistake self-storage investors make when they cross into this vertical and the mindset shift that fixes it. This is in theory, this is what separates operators who build waiting lists from the ones who can't keep their lots full. And if you want to build the complete boat and RV operator framework with AI powered tools, head over to storagemoguls.ai, storagemoguls.ai. It's our free community with GPT tools, multimodal learning, and content across every storage vertical. And that's exactly why we built storage verticals, because it's a community made up of real people, actual operators just like you, the husband and wife team, the two neighbors who partnered up, the solopreneur who decided to stop playing small. Nobody here is selling you a fantasy from a stage they haven't stood on in years. We're a network that actively evaluates deals, real deals. We're talking about acquisitions under 2-3 million bucks. They're financeable, digestible, the kind of deal that someone with a W-2 and a serious mindset can actually close. And we're about real results. Members in this community are becoming storage moguls, not someday, now. And you can start for free, poke around, and level up at your own pace. All right, let's get into that tenant mindset shift that I was referring to. If I could get there, we go. Here's the assumption I hear constantly from self-storage investors looking at boat and RV for the first time. Isn't it just bigger units? Same model, different size. That assumption will cost you tenants, revenue, and referrals. The pricing is different. The tenant is different. The operations are different. The service standard is different. Today is about understanding how, starting with the most important difference, the person on the other side of your gate. To understand the boat and RV tenant, you need a clear picture of the self-storage tenant first. So if this sounds familiar, good. Self-storage tenants are storing things they can't fit in their house. Boxes from a move, furniture from a downsizing parent, seasonal items, low personal attachment to what's stored. They visit infrequently, maybe twice a year. The facility is a utility, cheap, accessible, secure. That's their entire checklist. If the gate code works and the unit doesn't leak, they're satisfied. If you fail them, maybe they complain and maybe they leave. But they don't usually go tell everyone they know. It's not personal enough to matter that much. The boat and RV tenant is storing the most expensive recreational asset they own. That boat or RV is not overflow from a life transition. It's how they spend their Saturdays. It's how the family goes camping every summer. It's how someone takes their grandkids fishing for the first time. I want you to hear this clearly. This isn't boxes they can't fit in their house. This is taking their grandson fishing for the first time. That's not a marketing line. It's the operational frame for every decision you make in this vertical. When you understand what they're protecting, everything changes. How you handle a gate problem, how you respond to a billing complaint, how you design your amenities, how you train your staff. And when you fail them, the gate won't open. They're trying to get to the lake. It's a Saturday morning. They don't just leave. They tell everyone at their marina, the campground, the boat ramp. This community talks and travels fast. Let's put it side by side so you can contrast, so you can see the contrast, and it's impossible to miss. Emotional attachment, low in self-storage, but high in boat and RV. They're not storing stuff. They're protecting something they love. Visit frequency, self-storage tenants, maybe twice a year. Boat and RV tenants, maybe every weekend, especially during the season. They're there a lot. Service expectations, self-storage needs, functional. Boat and RV needs, responsive, and fast. There's a real difference between don't break and solve it this call. If you fail them, self-storage might leave quickly. Boat and RV leaves loudly and tells the marina. Look at referral behavior. It's low in self-storage, but it's high in boat and RV. These tenants are in a community that talks constantly at campgrounds, boat ramps, RV parks, gas stations. A retention driver. Price is typically in self-storage. Boat and RV, it's relationship plus amenities plus reliability. That's the entire operating philosophy right there in one row. So what does this tenant mindset shift actually require from you as an operator? Gate problems get resolved the same call. Whoever picks up the phone needs the tools and authority to open the gate remotely, waive a one-time fee, and handle the most common issues without a callback. These tenants are on their way to pick up their boat. They don't have time for a ticket system. Amenities are expectations, not upgrades. Air for tires, a rinse station, adequate lighting for early morning and evening access. It's not luxuries, these are baseline. Every interaction is a referral moment. Solve something well, that tenant tells people. Handle it badly, they tell more people louder. Access hours have to match the use cycle. Boat and RV tenants leave before dawn on Saturdays sometimes. They come back after dark. If your gate access hours don't cover that, you're failing a basic expectation. And security rises with asset value. The tenant storing a $150,000 Class A motorhome has different expectations than someone renting a 10 by 10. Camera coverage, perimeter fencing, proper lighting, these matter to this tenant in a way that they just don't in self-storage. They don't as much. There's a principle called the peak end rule. People remember two things from any customer experience. The peak, which is the most intense moment, and that can be good or bad, and the end, how it resolved. Everything in between fades. For boat and RV tenants, the peak is almost always a problem. The gate won't open. The card expired. They're late to the boat ramp. The adrenaline is up. Here's what most operators miss. The peak being negative doesn't determine how they remember you. The end does, though. If you resolve it the same call, gate opens remotely, fee gets waived, problem gone in 60 seconds, they remember that you came through when it mattered. That's a story they tell at the marina. That's a referral. If the call goes to voicemail or the callback never comes, the gate stays closed, they remember that too. And they tell that story louder and to more people. This tenant hands you the opportunity to build deep loyalty through problem resolution. No other asset class does that as often. Everything we cover for the next 67 episodes runs through this frame. When we talk about deal sourcing, you're looking for facilities that are already serving this tenant well or has the potential to. The ones that aren't will show you in their occupancy, their reviews, and their waiting lists, or the lack thereof. When we talk about financing, the asset's value is tied to tenant retention. Retention in this vertical is a function of how well you serve this mindset. Lenders who understand the vertical know this. When we get into operations, drive aisle width, gate technology, amenity selection, service standards, every one of those decisions is an answer to the same question. What does this tenant need? And in revenue optimization, this tenant will pay premium rates to operators who earn their trust. The revenue upside is directly tied to how seriously you take the mindset shift. All right. Up next on day 4, we'll dive into how COVID changed outdoor recreation, and it's not reversing. Please like this video and subscribe so you never miss a daily drop. And finally, share this with your network. You need to broadcast to as many people as possible that you're in this business now. You'd be surprised. Leads will come your way if people know to send them to you. And remember, the operator who understands this tenant builds the waiting lists. The one who doesn't understand this tenant wonders why they can't keep their lot full. The mindset shift is free. Apply it. For the full boat and RV operator framework, join the Storage Moguls community for free at storagemoguls.ai. Join for free, and then if you want, level up as you go. Tomorrow we'll add that next layer, why the behavioral change from COVID locked in a permanent new wave of demand. And the data might surprise you. See you tomorrow.